So one of the key aspects you mentioned about Ledwick is about to become a successful entrepreneur, you have to be a good decision maker. So my suggestion also would be about what will be your tips for someone to become a good decision maker? Or how do you make a good decisions? Would love to hear your aspects too.
To be a good decision maker, that clear is that you really have an open ear to listen to all aspects and be able to make these decisions quite fast, but with a very good considering. It has to be a very good consideration to see, and that you appreciate all that what you hear and include it into the decision. That is at the end very authentic to your management style. For example, it is good to be even sometimes strong. If I remember one situation where in a big company I used to work, not in this entrepreneurial, but on the first day I started to work there, the head of the HR department came to me and said that she wanted to resign. And not because I did this thing so wrong, but many things were she really had her reasons why she wanted to do it. And I said, we need in this moment really to take a bit time. Yeah, as I convinced her at the end to stay by showing her that I take these things serious. I want to listen. I want to know more about the company, and we make a good decision at the end. And this decision we do together. That is not just my decision. At the end, she stayed, and even longer than me at the end. So in this company. So to have there a clear point and not to hesitate too long. That is very important, because if you are too much considering, and so then it takes too long for the processes sometimes. But to be too fast in these decisions and say, for example, a customer comes to you and asks you if you can offer a service or so, and you immediately say without a consideration, yes, we do it. And you cannot do it actually you are not able to do it, and it would be not responsible. This is very important, that these your decisions are sustainable, and that they see that what you do is really well thought and reasonable, is really with responsibility spoken.
Thank you, Ledwick, for sharing this one. So from my side, I like to add this. I think this is such an important aspect to making really good decisions as an entrepreneur, or even as a professional or an expert in the field. So my suggestion will be to, of course, I agree with all the Ledwick mentioned about all this. Each of the points are very valuable. My will be is number one is about figure out why you're making these decisions and for who you are making this decision. If you find out why and who, that will help you to really look at the big pictures, why you're making the decision and for who you're making the decision. So that is my tip number one. The tip number two is about listen to the all aspects and all team, which is a little more extension of the listen to the team. But however, you need to have your own call. You cannot listen to everyone and then you get biased as well too. So in the same way, when you're listening to other people and other teams, you got to understand about why you're listening, why they're saying that, and why, for who they're making their opinion. So these are the things you can filter it, because end of the day, you have to make the right decision, not just based on being a democratic people, but you have to see about, if you focus about who and why, you'll be able to easily filter it and test it with your personal perception, which you're coming about that problem too. Anything can be wrong. Your personal initial perception could be wrong, and what the feedback you're getting could be wrong too. You need to filter it as well too. Number tips is about just make the decisions. Don't confuse it. If you keep being confused, and it will take you really long time, which just Ledwick mentioned in his tips about, you cannot be confused, because if you are confused after making the decisions, your execution will suffer, because decision is actually trigger an execution. And if you're confused, means your execution will strictly suffer. So make the decision as fast as possible, and be confident about your decisions, and you will know the outcome on the way. But here is the point. I want to give you a few other handrails which can help you as well too. Measure your progress. Like an example, if you make a decisions and need to trigger an executions, and when the execution is happening, you can always measure it on the way, how is progressing, and you can look into it. It's actually going the right direction or not, or wrong direction. And then you can pivot if it's really needed. And most of the wrong entrepreneur or professional does, they take a decision and they don't measure it and just keep going like a rhino. But you need to, you cannot be a rhino when you make a decision that you be confident, but you need to measure it. And when you measure it, your progress, you'll be able to see that, is it going right direction or wrong direction? Even you are full confident, and even you pivot it, you can be confident in it with full confidence as well too. And number 5 I'd like to mention is about examine your wrong decisions. Every wrong decision you already been proved in your last all the time, which I do it. And I try to figure out, why did you really make this wrong decision? Why the decision was wrong? And actually, this world, when you are an expert in your field, or you are an entrepreneur with quite savvy, most of the time you're not making a dumb decisions. You are making a pretty good decisions, but is always what are we saying about wrong decision means, is there a better alternatives here? So the better alternatives comes with the secondary and third level of effect, because at the end of the day, with the decision you were making, what will be the second layer and third layer, like of the effect of that decisions into it? And that can help you to find out, is it a good decision or a bad decision? Because at the end of the day, when a decision you're making an exchange. You're making a change, and that have a price, and there will be an outcome. So outcome is your product you're buying out of your decisions. So measure about what are the things you could do better in your, if you call that it was not a good decisions. The same time, the last tips will be this one is about examine your good decisions too. So what are the key aspects really played well in your good decisions? So why you were calling it a good decisions, and what are the factor did you consider that turn out to be a good decisions too? So these are my few other handrails on top of Ledwig's tune and supporting his points to help you out to make a good decision. If you're struggling to make a good decisions, or if you have a problem to have, or you need any tips to make a good decision, go ahead and comment below. Myself and Ludwig are here. We'll love to give you an advice when you'll be watching this video.
Yeah, so, John, I just wanted one time to make it strong and underline also normal. I think this quality management that you mentioned is very, very important. That you measure that your decision and do the quality management in this regards. Very good.
Thank you.